I mean, do we really know that this was really an assassination attempt? I've put in a very short period of time, I'm back. And I don't give two fucks what somebody thinks about it. Or if you think I should be even bigger. I like the reminder of why I left. I almost went to jail after the game.
Oh, interesting.
Well, Troy, you got all the answers. Why don't you run? And if we don't agree to that, you might end up with this, you dumb fuck. And then the problem is America is just fat as fuck, man.
Yeah.
Because who the fuck is Prairie View? Bro, he could not have done better. I said on the last show, I gave you my top 3 teams.
Yes, you did.
2 of my top 3 teams lost. Doesn't end well unless it ends.
They never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I'm
just report the fucking
Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That mean you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era about to snap back. You ain't fitted for.
Here we are. I'm back from Indianapolis. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I am your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy, and I'm ready to go, ready to get at it. Absolutely not shocked. I think if we went back, and I didn't have you do that, if we went back to a previous episode since July 13th, when President Trump, with the first assassination attempt, that I believe you might have asked me if you thought
it was going to happen again.
If I thought it was going to happen again.
Yeah.
And I said yes. I'm pretty positive. Did I say yes?
I don't remember, but I will find out for you.
Okay. I'm pretty positive.
I'm pretty sure you said yes, yeah.
I'm pretty positive I said yes.
Because we went into the conspiracies again.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting as we set up for the show, I have this screen. Can they see the screen right now?
As of right now, yeah.
They can see the screen.
Yep.
The screen that he's pulled up for me about the assassination attempt, you'll see the New York Times, upper left, AP News. Fox is different. We'll get to that. CNN is the same as AP and New York Times.
Okay.
NPR is the same as Fox. And there's another CNN. And what I noticed when you had pulled this up, they all seem to be using, and BBC, the same as the others. They all seem to be using a word. Like, did they message each other?
Oh, yeah. It's like, make sure to wear black on Friday, you know?
Yeah. So the word is apparent.
Apparent? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Over and over again, if you look at these headlines, you'll see the word apparent.
Huh.
It's almost like
they planned for it almost.
It's like you're saying, was it really an assassination attempt? I mean, yeah, the guy had a gun, but he didn't fire it. I mean, he stuck the gun through the chain link fence.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he was trying to kill the president.
Then he ran away. I mean, do we really know that this was really an assassination attempt?
Man, people would just...
But that's what the word apparent means.
Yeah.
It is by using the word apparent over and over again, and by everybody using the same word, you're downplaying what happened.
What actually happened, yeah.
And this part is unbelievable. Okay. It's not unbelievable that someone tried a second time to take him out. What is unbelievable is the reaction of people and this idea that continues that Trump is setting this stuff up. Sure. This guy was on the FBI's radar in the past.
Yeah.
He's a flake.
Yep.
Total flake. What's also true is that they are framing this in a way that they never do except in Trump's case.
Yeah.
And that it's the victim's fault. Right?
Yeah.
Because if You would never say that the woman got raped because she was dressed provocatively and was taunting, the men with her provocative dress. And, it's the exact opposite with Trump. It's his language is causing people to go after him. And it's okay because it's him. If it was anybody else,
then it's not okay.
It's not okay. But because we hate him so much, we don't care how he's taken out. We only care that he is taken out.
I can't tell you how many comments I saw on like YouTube videos where like, oh, they missed again, or some dumb comment like that.
And it's there. I'm not above using the word hate.
Okay.
Some people think that's a really strong word.
Yeah.
No, and as much as these people hate Trump and hate us, and apparently Howard Stern hates us who vote for Trump even more than he hates Trump. That was news today.
He said that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Howard Stern is the Howard Stern of the last 5 years.
For a good amount of years, yeah.
Is not the Howard Stern that created and made Howard Stern.
I agree.
He is what he used to despise.
Yeah.
That's what he has become.
Yeah.
He's become the man. He hated the man. He fought the man. He made fun of the man. He is now the man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's weird that you say that because I saw a few podcasts too, and I honestly like saw the like it's so crazy the difference between like his like personality.
Well, he really started flipping out during COVID.
Yeah.
And I believe, and Trump is too, like, I believe Trump is like one of those like super clean people.
Okay.
That don't like, germs and stuff.
Oh,
germaphobe.
Okay, a germaphobe. Okay.
Like
okay,
a germaphobe.
Gotcha,
Like a little bit like that. And Howard is over the top that way
Yes.
now. Like
Yes,
just
he is.
crazy. I mean, he couldn't hide enough during COVID. And he hated you if you
weren't wearing a mask.
Weren't wearing a mask, or were downplaying it, or you were out, or you were doing the shit that I was doing. I'm the person Howard Stern hates. Yeah. And I love the old Howard. The new Howard, I can't stand the new Howard.
It's hard to watch. And knowing how he was before.
Well, not only that, how about pull up your shows that Trump was on, motherfucker? How did you treat him then? Seriously? Now he's the plague? But this normalizing that it's just, it's like it's not a big deal. It went away so fast. And we don't have answers that we really need.
Yeah.
And after the first assassination attempt, you would think for at least a little while, especially when they told us from the White House, right, and from the Biden administration, that they were aware of threats, true or not, but this is what, I'm just going by what they told us. Yeah. They told us that Iran wanted to kill President Trump.
Yeah.
But yet, still today, Trump doesn't have the same security protection that Biden has.
Yep. That was actually one of the questions I asked him, I'm pretty sure.
Why not? Again, whether you like him or not, a president or former president needs to be protected. And when you have these threats, you're telling us credible threats, and you're still not, I don't think this has to go through Congress. This is not a Congress thing. Biden himself should be able to pick up the phone, call Homeland Security, and say, whatever needs to be done, needs to be done. Because you actually have even Democrats now in the Senate. I believe Senator Blumenthal, who is a Democrat, who is asking for information and not getting it and is not happy. Yeah, this isn't just Republicans asking for things. These are this shit can't fucking happen shit. And not getting the things that they feel. But if you asked, like, look, yeah, we can give this extra security. We can do whatever. But we're going to need another $10 million through the end of the year. There's nobody that's going to deny that money or not appropriate that money if that's something like that would need to be done or that Congress would need to do. Nobody's not going to do. We print money. We just throw money around anyways. We just making up all this shit and acting like it matters. It don't matter. Because if it mattered, we would care enough to do it the right way, and we don't. We're just throwing money at everything and spending it and then pretending like we're doing shit or cutting over here. No, like it. I don't know if you're aware of this, but I've been aware for 20-some years. They have this whole thing that they do where, like, if let's say you're in a particular department and you ask for your department to get a 10% increase in its budget.
Okay.
And you only get a 5% increase in your budget. They actually, in their math, that's a cut. No shit, dude. Because you only got a 5% increase and not the 10% increase you asked for.
So under quotations, it's a cut.
Dude, like the government, dude, if you as a business owner kept your books like the government, you would be in trouble. By the government who keeps shitty books. They send money that disappears. How often did we send money to Afghanistan or even the money that's gone to Ukraine?
Oh, yeah.
That has to be accounted for. That's well over $100 billion now. That has to be accounted for. I can guarantee you in 2 or 3 years, you're going to see something that's like, $20 billion unaccounted for that was sent to Ukraine. They don't know where it went. They don't know where it went.
Got to give it a few years, though.
It went into Zelensky's, well, we would make the joke Swiss bank account, but they don't use the Swiss anymore. They use other places, or it's probably in a crypto account or some bullshit.
Crypto for sure, yeah.
I don't know, but I'm just... I'm saying, it's get the fuck out of here, stupid ass motherfuckers.
That's always funny. The number goes up, but it's a cut.
But do you see what the things I look at? The word apparent matters.
If you don't have pointed that out for me, I wouldn't even notice it. Because I saw this as soon as it happened. I was on YouTube and I saw, like, I went through and I looked at it, and I'm curious to go back and see, like, whether or not they use the same verbiage.
And they're still using it, and everybody came up with that word. Everybody's gonna phrase it that way. Because, again, it's like, apparently there was another assassination attempt. Apparently. We're not sure, but it kind of looks like a duck. Maybe it's a duck. It's apparently a duck. So we're going to call it a duck for now. Do you see what I'm saying? That's how I take that bullshit.
That's funny as fuck, the way you put that.
But when you see that, people don't really think about how that affects their psyche. This shit is done on purpose. Oh, yeah. On purpose it's done that. No, what else are you going to call it? That you have a guy, and I somebody had a comment that I saw that was like, how did he know that Trump was going to be there?
Isn't it
good
his
question.
Golf course?
Good question, yeah. And he does golf a lot, and, it's probably not that hard. The guy sat there for 12 fucking hours.
12 hours with the gun?
And do you know how they know?
Because he had snacks with him or what?
Cell phone records. So, like, his phone pinging towers.
Yeah.
And they know he was there from, like, 1:30 in the morning and, till this happened. 12 hours he sat there. Yeah. So
and the gun wasn't, like, it was pretty big, the gun, from what I heard.
So then they misreported the gun.
Oh, okay.
Some people keep misreporting the gun.
Okay.
And they keep calling it an AK-47. And it was not an AK-47.
There's no way it was an AK-47.
Well, there's similarities.
Okay, so it's a similar model.
It's an SKS.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's an SKS. The biggest difference between that and the AK-47, because they're using the same bullet.
Caliber, yeah.
Okay, is the number of rounds that it typically holds.
Gotcha, okay.
And this is typically 10. It's not going to have the 20 or more that an AK would have, but it also has the ability to like some type of like really like quick change kind of thing. Like you
can disassemble it and put it together really quickly.
You can change mags really fast.
Oh,
so like,
yeah. This man was ready to shoot.
Well, he was there for 12 hours.
And he ended up running away.
Seems like he was, and he almost got away.
Yeah, from what I heard, yeah.
Except that there was a civilian that saw some shit and got behind his vehicle and snapped a picture of his license plate.
Interesting.
And then that's how they got him a short while.
Wow. So he was able to get into his car, almost leave without anyone noticing him?
And now, like, so they're trying to frame it. Now you'll see this. Well, both of these guys were Republicans. The kid was not a Republican. And however he registered, you know, he didn't vote. And for this guy, he may have voted for Trump the first time, but has numerous things on his social media that are anti-Trump, like since then. Like, so, and that doesn't mean he's a Democrat, but he's an anti-Trumper. Like, let's just leave it at that. And you have these Republicans who are never Trumpers that in my mind, well, they call themselves Republicans, that are the people that Trump crushed. They're part of that crowd, the part of the Jeb Bush crowd that, you know, he made fun of and just totally dominated them. That you have that group, Bill Kristol in them, and I used to interview quite a few of those people back in the day, that are just garbage people to me. They are as bad, if not worse, than Democrats. I personally cannot stand a never Trumper, somebody who claims that they were Republican and now is like all anti-Trump. I get it if he's not your first choice. That's okay. But there's nothing on the other side, literally nothing on the other side. I can name Trump policies. I can give you things that Trump did that worked for everyone that I liked. I can give you and name real policies. Not a single person I've asked that is voting for Harris has been able to do that. Not a single one.
It goes back to where you
were saying. And I would challenge anyone because she hasn't really given you any policies to really judge her based on. So you just have to go by, well, what did she support during the Biden administration? Or what did she support or what did she say in the past that was policy? You can go back, but they're not repeating that stuff. Well, I'm for that she did that. And just recently, it was interesting that I'm starting to, over this past weekend after I brought it up, I'm starting to see some things brought up that I said should have been brought up that haven't been. Like things that were actually a really, really big deal, like Trump's negotiations that he had started in the Middle East, you know, with countries like Egypt and Israel, and they call them the Abram Peace Accords. And, you know, starting to at least get to some civility in that area. Progress, we haven't, that every president has tried. Every president since I've been alive has, at some point or other, tried to focus a portion, although can't say that Biden really has, a portion of his presidency on trying to create a more peaceful Middle East. Literally my entire lifetime, and I'm 56. That's been an issue, and the needle has hardly moved.
Oh yeah,
they've had talks, they've helped, but nothing seems to happen after the talks, or there's no agreements. Trump actually moved the needle a little bit, like he even was like, this was an actual thing, and people like, we can't do that. That dude wanted the Nobel Peace Prize for the shit he did, and it was talked about then. Now we're not even talking about it, that he even did that was a good thing. And it was. Well, I saw somebody bringing that up over this past weekend. And the other thing I mentioned that was a really, really big deal for the economy, for middle class people, for union people, is the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, and reworking NAFTA and us coming out better than what the original was.
Yeah.
And that is a problem. It is that's always been a problem, is we come up with a solution to a problem or situation, and we never tweak it from there.
Oh, yeah.
Very rarely do you get, that's not how life and business works. You rarely get something just dead right with one try. You need to make adjustments to it. And
especially as time moves, as time progresses.
Who else knows that? A businessman.
Oh, yeah.
Which he knows that's his thing. You know, like you could talk about his bankruptcies. Well, the country's about in the same position he is.
If not worse.
Worse.
Yeah.
Where we act like we're rich when we're broke.
Oh, yeah.
You want to say Trump really ain't rich? He's still got his own fucking plane, dude. He's still living like he's rich.
And that's
you say what you, and that's what we're doing as the USA. You know, if anybody knows how to deal with bankruptcy, and this he does.
Dealt with it, yeah.
Not somebody that has, not the people that created the problem, that have never held a real job or run a real business.
Yeah.
Not those motherfuckers.
That's funny that you say that though, because it really is kind of crazy. Because like even with a lot of different like policies or laws and stuff like that, like I feel like that's something that should continually be changed as time progresses. Because not everything that was exactly the same 50, even like 25 years ago, like things change dramatically over time.
Yes.
So things like that should be up to date with society.
Dude, it's no different than me working out. It's no different than me trying to sculpt my body.
Yeah.
Look, we love you. Thank you for tuning in, checking out the show. We do 2 podcasts a week, right? But we want to grow the show, and we need you to do it. Number one thing you can do for us is to share. You know, send somebody the link. Say, check this idiot out. You know, you might like some of the things. If you have a Steeler fan, you know, we do different things. Watch the parts that you like to watch, whether it be politics. You know, we are going to get more to the testosterone and the health and the fitness shit too. We'll try to get that in there. But it's been football and politics here recently, and that's what I've been on. But enjoy the parts that you like. Share. Help us grow the show. Be a part of the Outlaw Fitness family. I'm the fucking guy that I make changes. You know, sometimes I have dessert.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
You gotta treat yourself.
Or whatever. But I make adjustments.
Yep.
You have to make adjustments. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I've put in a very short period of time, I'm back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, my knees hurting a little bit. I still have some discomfort.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing the BPC
That was my next
157 every day. And I'm making progress. But here's what's interesting about what's good. I'm going to pull this up on my phone.
Okay.
I should have gave it to you so that you could have pulled this and put this on the screen.
Okay. You can just screen record your screen and then send that to me.
Well, here's the thing. InBody. I'm going to pull up my InBody results.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Now, InBody is one of the best scales you can get, and I have the home version, right?
Yeah.
And the ones at the gym probably run $7,000 to $12,000.
The handheld ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is similar technology for your home one.
Okay.
And it's good. I won't say it's more accurate than most. I wouldn't say that you
it's
can
perfect on
perfect.
The dot. Yeah.
You know, it's not like that. But you can tell what direction you're going.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Back in July 2nd.
Okay.
So
3 months ago.
2.5. That's 2.5 months.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Right? 2.5 months ago, I was 200.6 pounds. My skeletal muscle was 97.4, and my body fat percentage was 16.1 on the app.
That's still not bad.
Oh, fuck no,
That's
dude.
still not
I
bad.
like to be around 15.
I know a lot of people know.
So
nowhere near
then
16.
after that is when I hurt myself,
yeah,
right?
Yep.
Just from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, I dropped 12 pounds.
You dropped 12 pounds.
So by July 31st, I was 188.3.
Jesus.
My skeletal muscle was down to 89.1, and
Makes
my
sense.
body fat percentage went up to 17.5.
That's not bad. Only 1.5.
But it went up.
Yeah.
You know? But it went up while my weight went down. That's not good.
That's not a good thing, no.
Okay, that's not good. Then next, 8'6", I was 185. At my lowest that I weighed myself, I was 184. I was 89.3% or 89.3 pounds muscle and skeletal muscle mass, and body fat was 15.5. So that came back.
Dropped. Okay.
It dropped a little bit. Now, okay, that was a month
6th.
ago,
Yeah.
8/17.
Yeah.
So what's the date today?
17th.
Is today the
It's
17th?
the 17th. Yeah.
Okay, so exactly a month ago, I was 184 pounds. Okay.
Okay.
We'll go to this one. By the end of August, so just a couple weeks,
Yeah.
I was on 8/30, I was 194.
Okay.
Skeletal mass was up to 93, body fat 16.2.
Wow. So everything you lost within that month, you basically went back to where you were at.
I wanted to, dude. I hated being.
No, trust me, I could tell.
I was
I
like,
could tell.
yeah, I felt when I get too far under 200, I feel small.
Yep.
I don't like that.
I feel you.
Okay, but I also want to be, and I haven't done this yet. I want to be, and I've only done it once, and I want to do it again and even better. I have done it once where I was 197 and about 12-13% body fat.
12?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And that's what I want.
That's your goal.
I want to get between 10 and 12%.
Okay.
But I want to be over 200 pounds at that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I want to be bigger and leaner, not lighter and leaner.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on 9/11, 197.5, 95.9 pounds muscle mass, body fat percentage 15.9.
You're really not that far away from that.
And now the last one I did was 9/16, was yesterday. I did do it today. I really need to do it every day, is what I prefer to do.
Yeah.
But we were gone, over the weekend.
Traveling. Oh, yeah.
So yesterday I was 200.8 pounds.
Okay.
Okay.
97
pounds skeletal muscle mass, body fat percentage 15.8.
Wow. You're like super close to your goals.
So, not far, but I put muscle on
While being injured is
Not-
pretty impressive.
Yeah. And one of the things I've noticed that I've been doing is I've been doing really high reps for my legs. Because like my leg press, dude, I'm doing like 20 to 30 pounds on this
Yeah, you have to be a little careful.
horizontal
Yeah.
cable leg press machine.
Gotcha.
But I'm doing 5 sets of 25.
Yikes.
Okay.
Wearing
and
out those calves.
then I do my calves.
Uh-huh.
And I've been doing like 5 sets of 20
Okay.
of that. So 100 reps. And actually, I finally
You
start
see some progress?
dude, I'm getting some definition on
Hell
my little
yeah.
dinky calves. Okay. That people like to make fun of and say I don't have any motherfucking legs. And my thighs are harder than fuck right now.
Yeah.
And I noticed when I was naked the other day, because I do like to look at my naked body.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
You got to admire yourself.
I was admiring
You
myself.
put in the work, you got to admire.
The top part of my leg, I was starting to see
The
some
definition in between.
veins pop, some little vascularity,
Okay.
dude. Yeah.
Man's getting ready to compete.
We'll talk about
Hell
that.
yeah.
What that's going to entail in getting back there. First thing is,
Get healthy.
his goal is to absolutely get to where I wanted to be, to maintain over 200 pounds and keep pushing the body fat down as best as because when I was at 200 previously, when I told you that, I was having to wear my large shorts, dress shorts. And then when I got down to 180, low 180s, I was pulled out my medium shorts again, because I have mediums and larges of the same fucking brand.
I'm the same way.
Of my dress shorts, right?
Yep.
And that was kind of okay, but I just didn't feel good here.
100%.
Like right now, dude, I feel
the shirt it looks much tighter. That I will agree with you.
I'm feeling jacked, okay, and so yeah, I'm feeling really good, but now I'm still wearing mostly my medium shorts, even though I've put that weight back on because it's muscle.
100%.
Yeah.
Nice
and in a short period. Now, how did I do that? Okay, look, I do TRT, and one of the things that happened when I got injured, I had just started a cycle before that, and I went back to TRT dose. Okay. So I dropped it. So I'm not taking as much of the testosterone and the other performance enhancing drugs. Okay. So I was dropping that. And that's fine for just being healthy, 100%. Overall health, but also look and different things that I want. So I have gone back to higher doses.
Nice.
All right. But it's a combination of that and diet. And we were very, very tight, Dawn and I, on at least 5 days a week to doing our intermittent fasting. We were doing like 16-8 and things like that. I have added, when I drop like that, I have added food back, but I've added more protein, another protein drink.
Protein. Oh, yeah.
Wherever I can get it. And that's what I tell clients, just adding that back in. And we eat out a lot, like way more than what's considered normal.
Okay.
Almost at least once a day, probably
hey,
one meal or another.
You have the ability to. There ain't nothing wrong with it.
It is what it is.
100%.
It's time. It's just time. Like it's been breakfast here lately. Back over easy.
Oh yeah, it's a great place. Yeah, that orange juice. Oh, the orange juice is so good.
I know it's killer. But see, like at home, I drink the light orange juice. Like cut out some of the sugar and still get the taste. Yeah. There, you get it all. And it's not. But just still, generally, it's absolutely diet matter. And to do that, and the work, it takes every component to produce the results that I'm talking about.
100%.
You cannot get those results from just doing the diet and the training. You can't get those results from doing the training and the PEDs and the dieting. You need all three of those legs. And doing the PEDs doesn't allow you to do less of one of the other two. Yeah. It doesn't.
In fact, you should.
And I don't give two fucks what somebody thinks about it, or if you think I should be even bigger. I'm not. I'm 56 fucking years old. I look great. My 55-year-old girlfriend likes the way I look. All right, so I don't give a fuck much about anything else. All right, hopefully you can see it. Whoop whoop. New shirts. We got the blue shirt for the men who like. We got the blue ones. This is just for men. The women's, we don't have a blue. We have women coming in gray V-necks. We just have some of them. He's redoing the sleeves because he thought it was too. Anyways, we're redoing the gray ones for the women, but the blue ones for the men. It's got the fight on it, baby. It's got the fist, and of course the flag. Because you don't like the flag, you're not my people. And then the Outlaw Fitness logo, so you too can be a part of the Outlaw Fitness
family.
What's that? Phones in the way. That's all right. Leave that in there.
Yeah, that's okay.
So the Outlaw Fitness logo on the sleeve as well. Great response from the shirts. This is basically, it doesn't say Trump on here anyways, but we know what this means, man. Fight, fight, fight. $30. Message us, get your shirts. And we still have some of the red ones left, which are the MAGA shirts, the Only Felons, super popular. And when they're gone, they're going to be gone. That's it. That's what we're doing. I'm the fucking guy.
Hell yeah.
You know, we get compliments literally every day when we go to the gym. She gets compliments. We're the OG gym people, OG couple at the gym, you know, and we've both been making even more friends together than what I did my first year here. And I'm like, you know me. Yeah. You knew me before you started doing this for me.
I did.
Because why? Because of the bank, right? We met at this. So those that don't know, Chase and I met at the bank because I would come into the bank. I don't come into the bank as much anymore, but it doesn't matter but pretty much unless they hire somebody new, and there might be a new person, but pretty much it doesn't matter at this point. I've been there so much. Everybody knows me. Everybody asks. I tell stories. I just like, it's just how I am, who I am, 100%. And they like.
That's like the whole reason we even got into this.
Yeah, I think even one young girl there that at first really didn't like me. Even she likes me now.
Oh yeah, you know sometimes you know I mean? At first it might be a little much, because you know Troy big personality.
Funny. I come in, know I'm in the bank.
You know Troy's in the bank when he walks in. That is for a fact.
I did the same thing when I used to go to the post office all the time, dude. I made friends, like everybody there, just like dude, we talk. You know, you gotta do something like I'd ask them about what they have going on or different things. If somebody's, you know, I like when somebody says, you know, how you doing today? I am doing so motherfucking good. Because they're not expecting you to say it like that. Yeah, you're doing like motherfucking good? Yeah, I am doing motherfucking good. Like, I am doing so good. If I was doing any better, I'd have to be two people.
I like that.
I know that people do like, yeah. You know, we go to a restaurant. Are y'all celebrating anything? Sometimes I'll even put on my reservation thing
like
that we are
like
celebrating something, but we don't say what. So are you two? So they'll ask, you know, when they come over because they must have got a note or something. So are you two celebrating? Yeah, we are celebrating life, man. Just being together, just having a great time. That is so wonderful. It changes their attitude too. It changes their mood.
It really does.
You know what I mean?
It really does.
And the other thing I like to tell people when they wait on us, when they come in, is they introduce, you know,
hello,
I'm Ann. I'm going to be your server today. Yeah. Ann, we are going to be the most fun fucking table you've had all night. I literally say that.
You got to warm them
up. I warm them up, man. We are going to be fun. We're going to have fun. We're going to be easy. You're going to take care of us. We're going to take care of you. And boom, boom, and just.
Hey, I've been to dinner with Troy, and that is true. That is 100% true.
Speaking of that, so we've I don't know what else to say about the Trump thing, really.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be more to talk about.
Of course there will. At this point, apparently, we'll talk about the apparent assassination attempt again. Yeah.
But anyway, you were about to say
you can continually say he's a threat and not take any responsibility for saying that over and over and over and over again, or whack jobs acting on it. Sure you can. But, you know, Trump says something and,
the world's going
on. Oh, no. It's because of Trump that people are targeting Haitians. True story, just since we're on it now, the governor of Ohio has said that there have been 33 threats, like to schools and stuff. Every single one came from overseas.
Really?
Somehow they tracked it. Yeah, they tracked it. Every threat came from overseas. Huh. So that's other people trying to play on shit that we have going on and trying to stir shit up that isn't Americans doing that shit. All right? Because we just don't do that shit. Like, especially Republicans. If we were gonna protest and shit, we'd already be doing it. We have every reason to. We just don't have time for that bullshit. Okay. So it's it is a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't, at this point, I just want to vote.
November couldn't come any closer.
And voting is, I think, already started.
The early
places,
ballots, yeah.
The early
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like, I just want to vote. Let's just vote.
Get it out of the way. Before
Get it out of the-
something
we
crazy
don't
goes
need
down.
anything else. You know, she's not going to give us anything new.
No, she's not.
She is who she is. If you vote for her, 90% of you, and I have zero respect for you people because you're pieces of shit. You're voting for her because you hate Trump. You're voting for her because she's black. You're voting for her because she's a woman. Not Trump, black, and woman. 90% of you are, one of those three is the reason that you're voting for her. I believe, I'm being generous at saying 10% of you are voting for her because you believe she's going to do something good.
That's generous.
Because you can't even name what the fuck it is. So I'm being really generous.
That's a real generous
I'm being
number, I'll be
really
honest with you.
generous.
I'd be
at
closer
that.
to 50 if I'm honest.
And if somebody is actually voting for her because for anyone,
For whatever policy, whatever.
because there is a policy and it's something you believe in. Okay, and maybe where that small amount might come from, where there might be a policy that could be articulated. There's only one I can think of.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and that would be abortion.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, and her stance on it is simply reinstating Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
That's what her stance is. Now, again, I think the real answer is somewhere between where we're at now and Roe v. Wade, but closer to here.
Yeah.
It's to be totally eliminated, even though that's what I believe in my heart, and I believe that it's murder. I'm real enough to know that that's not something that will happen.
Oh, yeah.
So why wouldn't I want to get as close as I could to that?
That's fair.
And in Europe, that's like 15 weeks.
Yeah.
So after 15 weeks, the 6-week thing, some people don't even know they're pregnant in those first 6
it's
weeks.
not enough time.
So that's a non-starter with the other side to come to an agreement.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be between that 10, 15 weeks.
I agree.
There
has to be enough time to where they're able to make a decision.
But the two sides, this side wants what they want, this side's what they want, and there's no coming together. And just because I'm willing to compromise, there are people over here that are like, how can you compromise? I'm not compromising. I'm just saying what can be done
realistically,
legally, realistically,
Yep.
what can really be done.
Yep.
And if we don't agree to that, you might end up with this, you dumb fuck.
Yep.
That's not good. Okay, abortion up till birth? Fuck no,
That's
man.
crazy.
It is crazy.
crazy.
And I'm sorry, Americans that are for choice or for abortion, a majority of Americans are not for abortion, in that last 3 months.
Yeah,
You can tell me that's just that's not the case.
100%.
So you could say, over half or a majority is for that. Okay, they might be for that, but they're not for this. They're not for the extreme version.
Specific.
Yeah,
You got to get to the specifics. Yeah, you got to put.
But that's the only policy, and I can articulate a policy for them that they can of why some people are voting for it.
That's so funny that you say that because I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, wow, you did a little bit better job than she did.
But and better than the voters. That's what I mean. Better than the voters.
You know,
can do
you know
it.
what came to mind the last episode because I was just doing some shorts for it where you were like, I don't know why I think I have the answers, but I think I do. Like that was the first thing that just the way you put that together. I was like, you know what, you might actually have some answers. The way you can put that together, oh man, that's so funny.
Yeah, thank you. I'm pretty good at that.
You are actually really good at that. The times that I go back and like go through and actually like fully because sometimes it's hard to like.
What's so funny?
Uh-huh.
Well, Troy, you got all the answers. Why don't you run?
You might get an attempt assassination on him too.
The truth is this. would that have been something I would have entertained at some point in my life previously? Maybe.
Not even a hard yes.
I just would say it could have been.
Yeah.
But what kept me not is my actual fucking life. Okay, it's actually losing. The losing everything.
Gotcha. Back
you
then.
know,
Gotcha.
Dude, again, people will dig up your past.
Easily.
I still get people that dig up my past.
Oh yeah. The
past that I freely put out there myself. Like, look, if you think you're going to hurt me by telling the public that Troy did this, and this back in 2008, I regularly talk about that shit.
Say, we have plenty of podcast episodes.
You cannot hurt me with that shit. That is not a fucking thing that you get to do.
Oh, yeah.
Because I put it out there.
100%.
But those were things that would keep most politicians or people who wanted to be politicians. But anymore, these dudes are so fucked up that I'm not really any more fucked up than them. And they keep getting closer to me. It might be a possibility that maybe I could.
Only felons is already a shirt.
Maybe I could.
We'll put what your the profile picture we have.
But here's the other thing. But there is another thing that would keep me from doing it.
Okay.
I guess because I wouldn't want to be someone that used the office to enrich themselves like so many do.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And then when you take what these fuckers are getting paid, dude, why would I want to take a pay cut? I make way the fuck more than that. I don't want to. You couldn't get me to do that job. Do you know how insane it is to literally, yeah, you have the other perks of Air Force One,
like security and all that extra stuff,
and the big White House.
But you also have the extra danger
still,
that comes along with it too.
The truth is, $500,000 that we pay the president is a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke. There's nobody that should be paid that little for
running the country.
For running the country.
What, the biggest country?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, come on, man. And then I don't know what does a representative make? 130, 150,000?
If that, I'll be honest with you.
Dude, and you wonder why they're like scamming and like they would do that anyways.
Exactly.
You know why they would do that other shit anyways. But still, it is like, yeah, I guess if you're coming out of college, that's a good job. But it's like,
you're doing too well to be doing stuff like that.
You couldn't get me to do that shit for that money, dude. No, not unless my businesses are running this well without me.
Yeah.
You know, and Trump is at that point where he can do that and then even donate his salary, you know, to different causes like he did, which was nobody had ever done that before. Just did it. It's really cool. So, all right. Where are we? Holy shit. So we've been almost an hour, haven't we?
We're at 48 minutes.
All right. We're getting close. All right. So, are the things I'm just going to ask you while we're on the air.
What's up?
So I was watching the podcast that you posted today.
Okay.
I didn't see breaks in it.
Breaks like the ads?
No, I didn't see breaks as in like, I don't know, maybe there weren't breaks before. Like, are you still doing where people can go to a certain section?
Oh, yeah. No, unfortunately, that has been one of the things that I haven't been able to catch up on. Remember, I told you like late September, I had to go back and update on all that.
Okay.
So the one thing I don't know if we want to get too into this, but like when I edit the videos, I have to finish the video first and then rewatch it to cut it. Because when I add the ads and then like the intro, it's because in the past what I was doing is I was marking it down while I was editing, but then the frames are off because I like the minute of the ads and then the intro and stuff like that was pushing it off. So,
well, I want to get back to that.
Yeah.
whatever that takes.
At the end of September, I plan to update all the episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
because I just noticed that just because, just
No, it
because
makes it convenient for sure.
Well, just because of the way I talk.
Yes. So, but that's
And so I spent a lot of time that last podcast
Looking for what you were looking for.
No, I just watched it all the way through.
Okay.
But I talked a lot about football
Yes.
at the beginning.
yes.
Okay. And there's going to be people that don't give two shits what I think about the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what I mean? And that's fine.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
But I want them to be able to go
Like whatever
start after that,
Yeah.
and the other stuff that's important to
Yeah.
them to just go right there
No,
and be able to do that.
I definitely been slacking on that, but like I said, in September I have a lot of time off, and everything will be up to date.
Okay.
And then from there on, I'll have everything. But
yeah,
that was
and then
that's a
this
conversation that we're gonna have to have because I plan because of how we were talking about the segments and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So we'll have a conversation about that.
Okay.
But that will play into
right.
the cutting of that as well.
All right. Well, and the other thing, it's all right to talk about it like we just did here,
Yeah.
so that they understand what we're doing what we're trying to do for the podcast and to grow it and to make it beneficial to them,
Yes.
to provide so they can go to the content that matters to them.
Yeah, I actually have a few different ideas that I'm going to bring up to you about that to make it easier for the viewing experience.
Okay.
So,
I'm
but again,
all for it.
Yeah, we'll have a conversation. Like I said, in about a week, because the week of the 26th, I have pretty much all off. So we'll sit down, have some conversations, and there'll be some updates to the show in October.
So we had a great time going to Indianapolis. It was Dawn's first time traveling first class.
Yeah, she was telling me at the bank.
Did she?
Yeah,
it was pretty cool that it was cool for her that it was
experience
a
that.
first experience.
Lake space? What?
Well, just going in
Yeah.
in the first place. Now, initially going, we checked our bags at the curb because I have Brendan take us.
Oh yeah, you did
and
say
have
that.
him pick us up, which I love having that ability to have somebody do that. But he took us to the airport, so we checked at the curb. We weren't able to do that on the way back because we had rented that vehicle and stuff. But still, it was good.
Better than the previous flight.
Yeah, better than the. Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. Better than Southwest. I went back one time, and that is not going to happen again, because even in the next flight that we take to
October.
Nashville, first weekend in October, we leave on the 2nd.
Okay.
So on the 1st, we're gonna have to do 2 podcasts.
I have that entire week off, so
Okay,
yeah.
we'll figure that out.
We'll have plenty of time.
Okay. Couldn't get a direct flight. We have a layover of like 40-some minutes, but I
feel
decided to do that versus and fly first class versus
Comfort. Oh yeah, gotta have that comfort.
Yeah, I am just not doing it.
No peanuts this time around.
We still get peanuts. We get warm peanuts in a bowl.
Okay.
We don't get a bag like that. Like it comes in a little bowl that
And they're like steamed or
I don't know. They're warm.
but they're nice and warm.
They're warm.
Okay.
Yeah, they heat them up.
Okay.
Yeah, they warm. Yep.
That's
Mixed
nice.
nuts.
I didn't even think of that. That's kind of
And
nice.
you get the little wet towel.
Oh, okay.
Wipe off
And
and
then,
stuff.
like,
Yes. They bring that around. So, but just going through security, because I don't have the TSA thing yet, which we need to do
to get through a lot quicker.
to go through quicker
Yeah.
just because we fly so much. But I definitely need to do that. But being first class, usually there's a separate line for that.
Yeah.
And so when she was starting to go, I'm like, no.
Wrong line.
We're going over here. And we just walked right up. There was nobody in that line, literally nobody. Yeah. And the other line was longer.
Jeez.
So that was like first, she's like, yes, this is how it is.
She's like, are you sure?
I'm sure. So that was
a nice experience.
That was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then so you got there, and then what was the first
and the
thing?
food, like that. There's
In
actually
first class.
they give you like a meal that's not that bad. We tried to eat at the airport, and the Phoenix airport, like that was maybe some of the worst airport food I've ever had.
In
It is a
Phoenix?
decent airport. Yeah. Indianapolis airport was really, really nice.
Okay.
And had some really good places when we were
On the way
because
back.
we got there early.
Yeah.
You know, because it's
'Cause
just
you
like,
were
why don't we
renting the
just
car.
go and watch a football game and sit at the bar at the airport and just relax. But yeah, it was not like what we got from this place was not good. So it was good that we had food on the flight because it was like 3.5 hour flight. So yeah, you do get food
Nice
on a
little
3.5
snack on the way
hour.
over there.
Yeah, something decent. So she liked that. So that was all good. I've been using a place called Sixt, SIXT, is where I've been renting vehicles from. They're not everywhere at every airport, but the bigger airports they are at, and they have more. They're basically more of a luxury vehicle line. Although at Indianapolis it wasn't so much. Like I think we ended up. It was Tahoe.
Okay.
We rented a Tahoe. It was nice. It was nice. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. Yeah, it was fine. And because we had over an hour drive from Indianapolis to West Lafayette the day we were going to the game.
Gotcha.
The airport was only like 10, 15 minutes away from the hotel, so that wasn't a big deal. And we were right downtown, so we could really walk to everything because everything was right there. Now, being back in the Midwest, I like the reminder of why I left. I do. And I'm not shitting on Indianapolis, but it's because people make fun of here like we don't have any greenery.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Well, actually, we do have more than you think.
Plenty of cactuses. What are you talking about? Or sorry, cacti.
Yeah, we have way more than you think.
Yeah. Honestly, though, Arizona's beautiful. It's not just dirt.
They think it's dirt and sand.
No. But, anyways,
whatever. But there, it's just overgrown weeds, dude. Just overgrown tree. Like it's just overgrown, and it's overcast, and it's not the bright blue sky, and it's humid, and it wasn't terribly humid, but it was humid.
Notice,
enough to notice if you live here. If you live here, you notice. But we had good temperatures when we were there for the most part, so that wasn't a bad thing.
Okay.
But the roads are garbage.
That was honestly my next question.
Indiana roads are not quite as bad as Michigan roads, which I believe Michigan roads are the worst roads in the entire country.
Okay.
Like they're horrible.
Really? Like that bad?
That bad, dude. Like, yeah. You'll lose your car on a Michigan road. That's how. No, they're horrible.
One pot road ruins it all.
It's. I'm sorry, Michigan. Your roads are garbage. Like West Virginia laughs at you. Okay. And the dirt roads they have in Michigan. I make fun of that. They still have like unpaved roads, like miles and miles of unpaved roads. Yes. We have some here in Arizona.
Yeah, but nowhere near.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
Nothing
you
like
You really have to be going to a location where you need to be driving on rocks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But any good restaurants?
Yeah, actually, the restaurants and the food was pretty good.
Better than Jackson? Or is it, sorry, not Jacksonville.
Nashville?
Nashville.
No, not better than Nashville. But good. Del Frisco was where we ate the first night. And then Friday night, we went to the Indiana Fever game.
Oh, yeah.
Indiana Fever lost. It was a sellout. It was Caitlin Clark broke the WNBA record for assists in a season. Not just for rookies, for assist of any player in a season.
She just
big time record.
Yeah, big time record.
Yeah.
So what was the atmosphere like there? Was it better than when you came over here?
Sellout. 17,000. And during the day at noon when we were out, because we worked out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
The only day we didn't work out was Thursday. So we worked out 6 days that week.
The day you got there.
The day that we got there is the only day we didn't work out.
Yeah.
And as we were walking around, like for lunch, we went to this place called Kilroy for lunch. It was a good bar place. That people wearing 22 and Indiana Fever stuff everywhere in the middle of the day. Like it was a lot. Like you just wouldn't have like the support.
Yeah.
Yes, people came from all over just for that game. They were coming from the burbs to see that game. It looked like there were people that came from Iowa to the game to see it play, like made a trip even. It's a thing. It's a big thing. So the atmosphere was great, and I almost went to jail after the game.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. That's not what I was expecting to hear today, but okay.
Really? With me?
I know there was gonna be a story, but almost going to jail.
Dude, it was everything I could do to not pound on this little dude.
Okay.
Who, I don't know if he ever said he was security,
Uh-huh.
but he didn't look like security.
Make you flip your shirt again.
Right. No, so it's hard to get Indiana Fever, or Caitlin Clark merchandise.
Okay.
It's hard to get. Go try to buy it online, dude. Yeah. Seriously, it's hard to get because I have tried to get it. It's hard to get. Well, they have, a team store at the stadium. Yeah. At the field house. Well, we're there early. And the line is unbelievable to get into it. We're like, yeah, fuck no. So after the game, we were going to go in. Yeah. We have time, like whatever. We're not in a hurry. Who cares? Yeah. We walked from, the hotel. It wasn't even a half a mile. It was probably maybe a little over a quarter mile away from the hotel. So we're close, right? Yeah. So like, who cares, right? Yeah. So long line again after the game. And so it wasn't exactly a rope because they don't use ropes anymore. They use that nylon stretchy stuff.
Yes,
yes. You understand what I'm saying?
We use that at the bank too. Yeah.
Yeah, like what you would use at the bank.
Yep.
Okay. And so you had that and the wall and people getting in line. We didn't go under it, dude. We didn't sneak into line. It's people were coming from this direction, and this direction. And so people so you could see from the camera here, hopefully. So it's here, this is the rope. We went around it here. We went around it here. Well, people are coming from here. People are coming from here. People are coming from here. And they're all coming and merging into this right here. Yeah. All we did was go around it, dude. And I get to here, and this little dude steps in front of me and tells me I cut. And I had to go to the back. I'm like, no, he didn't. I just went around the rope into here. And he kept touching me. Oh, yeah, he put his hands on me, dude. Like, that's what I said. It was everything I could do. And at the 5th time he did that, I had enough, and I shoved him.
Much better than that would have.
Dude. So then they call the cops. Radio the cops. Fine. Get the cop here, dude, because I'm pressing charges.
100%.
So what ended up happening, long story short, is the cop did a great job, even though I wasn't happy with it. You know what I mean? De-escalating. He could have been a dick, was not a dick, handled it correctly. Because I was like, dude, I want to press charges. Isn't there a camera? There should be a camera here. They said there's a camera. There should be a camera. I went this. He goes, well, like if it shows that you did something, I could be taking you to jail. I know what I did. Yeah. So I'm okay with you seeing the tape. Yeah, 100%. Because I want to see the tape because I want to press charges.
100%.
He's not allowed to do what he did. Yeah. That's absolutely ridiculous. For what? Nobody complained. We're all just merging into line. Yeah. Nobody said, hey, what are you doing? I've been waiting in line and you're coming. Nobody said shit. We're all merging here together. And it just is what it is.
We love that.
So, yeah. So anyways, what basically they just walked me out. Like they didn't want me to press charges. They weren't gonna get anything. Like he was saving their ass a little bit because that's like, dude, this isn't right. Why am I not allowed to press charges? He's not allowed to put his hands on me like that. Like I'm not afraid of people looking at the motherfucking tape. Yeah. Like I'm good with that. Yeah. I'm not stupid. Yeah. But yeah, like. I just
that's
what,
dude?
Like, really? Who you flexing on? I mean, seriously, dude. He's this big. He's 150 pounds. Like, older dude. Like, come on, man. This is not a good look for you. Jesus Christ. This is stupid. Over what? Like, I can't get a T-shirt now? Well, you can come back another time. Like this. The cop was telling me. No, we can't. We're going to Notre Dame tomorrow, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to Notre Dame.
Things to do.
The fuck out of here with that shit. But it was just stupid to be treated
so crazy to hear.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm proud of you for not laying him out. Because he touched you multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm proud
because I was just gonna walk around him like, what are you doing, man? Get the fuck off me. Get out of here. Stupid ass little dude.
So that was the Notre Dame game.
So then, we did that Friday. You know, that was nice. Saturday we went to the Notre Dame game. Dawn dressed up in her Purdue cheerleader outfit that she had. She looked great. And, we drove ahead. We got there early. So there's a little bit of story. So it's different going to a college game than a pro game.
Yeah.
That, like, if you go to Glendale and go see the Arizona Cardinals play, there's parking lots all around the stadium, right?
Yep.
Not so much when you go to a college football game.
Because it's at a college.
They don't really have big parking spaces
lots,
like that.
Yep.
It's just spread out over the campus and everywhere, and people's yards and golf courses.
Wherever they can.
And schools near it, you know, like it's crazy parking, right? So I wanted to get as close. I didn't prepay for any parking.
Yeah.
So we're looking for parking in some place we can pay. And I was looking at some lots, and it looks like it was prepay. So I went down a little further. Well, right in front of the stadium, or right next to the stadium, is the golf course for Purdue, the Purdue University golf course. And then there was a driving range across the street. And that driving range area where people were parking, it looked like that you could pay and park there. And that there was space.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I turned and pulled in there. Well, I pull up to the guy, and it's like, you know, and he goes, no, this is actually prepay. You know, I can't take any money or card or whatever. I was like, shit. I said, well, how do I get out? You know, because I can't go backwards because the line of cars behind me. He goes, well, you got to go up here and turn left and go around, and then you'll be able to get out. Well, as soon as he let me through, I'm not moved up 50 feet, and they're waving me to park. They're parking me. So I didn't pay for any parking. And I did not do that intentionally.
Yeah.
And I sure the fuck wasn't going back and telling anybody. Okay. That wasn't going to work, because then they would make you leave.
Yeah, 100%.
I just parked, and I just said, Dawn, we're going to walk this way around from the vehicle so that we don't pass that dude. And this is how we're getting out of here.
Take the opportunities you get.
And it wasn't a terrible long walk that way. It was a little bit of a walk, but it wasn't terrible. You know, probably half a mile at most.
Okay.
And I've had longer. So that was good
doable
for college. That was doable.
Yep.
So what I didn't realize, because I've been pretty good at this now, I'm better at getting seats, and I thought I saw certain things, and you can look when you're buying tickets, and you can usually even get a view of everything, of what the view of the stadium will be from your seat now, like on Ticketmaster and stuff, right? Well, so I went to the Morgan Wallen concert a couple
weeks ago.
No, a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Like a year and a half ago. Like I don't know if it was last year. Anyways, it was at Ohio State.
Yeah.
And Ohio State, I've seen a concert there before. I've been to football games there before. It's bench seats, and it sucks ass, dude. I'm old.
Super uncomfortable.
I cannot do that shit anymore, right? I cannot do it. And when I went to Arizona State last year, Arizona State and Colorado, they have a lot of bench seating, but they have some that's not.
The foldable
and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So otherwise, I would have paid whatever I had to pay to get the better seats, the more comfortable seats, 100%. Right?
There's a big difference.
There's a big difference.
There's a big difference.
This is all benches, but they have, like, where season ticket holders can buy these flip seats.
Put it on top of it.
It doesn't have armrests or anything, but they attach it to that seat, like for the season.
Yep.
Okay, and then I saw down there where it said, like, you know, for rent, leave these here. And so I finally saw, I was going to go ask this kid, like, can you rent these somewhere? And I saw somebody carrying one.
Okay.
And I stopped him, and I'm like, where did you get that? And he goes, I got it over there, that corner over there. I'm like, babe, she's going to the bathroom. Just, I'm like, I'm going to get us some of those. So I went over there, and these were cushy ones. They were comfy. Even better than, these were more comfortable ones. They even had cushy for your ass, man.
I know what you're talking about.
Right. This thick cushy, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. and $15 a piece.
That's not.
Dude,
That's
I would have
cheap.
paid. I
That
don't,
is
dude, they could have been
cheap.
50. I didn't care.
That is.
Yes, it's cheap. It was
Holy
okay.
shit.
So $15 a piece. We got those, and it helped protect our area of the seat. But I put it where our number was in there.
Yeah.
Because we were there, at the beginning when they first let people in and stuff. And here's the thing with college seating, dude.
Okay.
So over the years, they used to do this for Michigan. Michigan and Ohio State used to go back and forth about who could have the most people and stuff.
Okay.
And so what they used to do sometimes is they wouldn't add like more real seats. These fuckers would just repaint the numbers closer together.
Yeah.
And sell tickets for that shit.
I can't
dude.
say I hate it.
That's what they did, dude. I promise you they did. And so,
a little Sharpie.
so like, at the beginning of the game, it's a big game.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, another Indiana school. It's a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
They actually, I don't know why they had some hope, but they had some hope. Maybe because they saw that Northern Illinois beat Notre Dame the week before, but they're excited, and like it's packed.
Yeah.
It's packed. Except there weren't people in front of us, but people came later. I don't know if they were their seats, but it was 3 guys and a dude, and there were only 3 seats. That was annoying for a minute.
Yeah, so one person standing up the entire time.
Well, they were in front of this other dude. They finally sat. She sat in a lap, and like, they weren't like really obnoxious. If they had been, I'd have been like, yeah, no.
100%. Yeah.
I'd have been the old curmudgeon that would have been like, you're annoying me. You need to go.
I need you to stop that.
Something. And they were young, and it would have worked.
Oh. They turn around and see you. Yeah.
Were you
wearing? What hat were you wearing? I'm curious.
Notre Dame hat.
Notre Dame?
Yeah,
Okay,
old
okay,
school
okay,
Notre
okay.
Dame ND dark blue hat.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's tight. And then the dude next to me is what did I call it? Man sitting or whatever. Like he tried to like do the he's a chubby dude, and he tried to do the wide knees things instead of having his legs in front of him.
Yep.
Don't wide knee me, dude.
Buy an extra seat.
Why is your knee touching mine? Like literally touching mine. Like, come on, man.
Give me some space.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
And it just was, it was close. And then other people, like, it was tight. And can you imagine? And this is what I said to Dawn, because I've done this.
Yeah.
I've been to these places. And Michigan like that is horrible. Michigan is horrible. Fuck your big house. Okay. Go there in November when everybody's wearing a fucking winter jacket.
They're all tight.
Like we're already scrunched, man. We ain't got no motherfucking room. And now everybody's wearing a winter jacket, and figure out how that shit is, right?
Yeah.
And then the problem is America is just fat as fuck, man.
Yeah.
Fat as fuck.
You can't argue that.
Like it
You
is
cannot
like
argue
it's
that.
like we're making it hard. It's hard. I will say this. Best nachos I've had.
Nachos. Okay.
I've had almost anywhere. We're at the
Okay.
Indiana Fever game. Because we were on the second area, like more exclusive area.
Yeah.
And they had better food up there.
Interesting.
Easier to
Okay.
get to the restrooms. And they had like some pulled pork, like nachos.
Pork nachos at a game?
Dude, and it was crispy. It was good. It was better than any restaurant I've been to. They were good. And we could do that because that was dinner. Like when you're not eating anything else except maybe a protein drink or something, that's how we do these things. We account for stuff like
100%.
that we still enjoy some
100%.
things like that. Without, but when you're, anyways, I'm not going to say it. Because I did a post about it. Because somebody on my Facebook, I don't know, I didn't use their name, so I'm surprised they haven't popped up and said, was this about me? Yet, because this chick posted on her Facebook about complaining about Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah.
Did I mention that last time?
Yeah, you mentioned about it.
Yeah, last time. Like, she got the potatoes with the cheesy thing, and she only got 7 of them and stuff like. And you complain about how much it costs. You shouldn't even be eating that shit. You're eating that shit. You're feeding that shit to your chubby little kids. And it's your fault they're chubby. You're teaching them wrong. And you're eating this crap. And then you're going to bitch on Facebook about the cost. Shut the... Anyways.
But how did the Purdue game go? The Notre Dame.
Oh,
Purdue.
it was 66-7.
Yeah, it was kind of
bad.
Embarrassing.
It was bad. And I still am not happy with the Notre Dame quarterback. Seriously, I'm not. Like look, there's nothing special about that. The other kid, look at what the other kid did. The other kid, Steve Angeli's like, that dude's 160 pounds, man.
160?
Dude, he looked tiny,
He's a
man.
tiny little man.
He got tiny little legs. He got tiny little body, skinny butt. But, dude, I liked what he did and how he carried himself out there.
Obviously, he did a pretty good job. Man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's bad.
I didn't
really
realize
bad.
games got that high, I'll be honest with you.
Well, usually they don't.
Yeah.
But Purdue was really, really bad. And that coach, Walters, I think he won 4 games last year. We look at the schedule. Dude, they've won 1 game. He's going to be damn fucking lucky if he can win 2 more. That's
the rest of the season.
And he might not win anymore. They just are not. Like, okay, so let's see who they have.
Next or previously?
No, next.
Oregon?
Yeah, they're not beating Oregon State. I know Oregon State just got shellacked by Oregon, but Purdue is not beating Oregon State. They're not beating Nebraska. They're not beating Wisconsin or Illinois. Illinois is a top 25. Illinois is usually not even in the top 25. They're certainly not beating Oregon. So not until Northwestern, and we don't even know how Northwestern is going to be. So that's a possibility win.
Maybe.
A maybe. They're not beating Ohio State. They're not beating Penn State. Michigan State, look, who the fuck is Prairie View? Michigan State this past weekend played Prairie View A&M.
Couldn't tell you.
Dude, there's no way that's a division like that's that cannot be a Division I school. That's horrible, dude. That Prairie View is the name of a high school.
I kid you not. There's a Perry High School in Arizona.
Yeah, Perry. Yeah, but this is Prairie View. But yeah, I'm sorry, Prairie View. That's unbelievable, dude. I don't even know what league that is that they play in. That's such garbage to even have them on your schedule. Yeah. So Michigan State's been a mess, but Michigan State could probably, but their only chance is Northwestern, Michigan State, and Indiana, and they're not beating Indiana. Indiana's playing good so far. They're better than, they may not be in the top 20, but they're probably right behind Illinois right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck no. So they'll be lucky to have 3 wins this year. The coach, it was his first season last year. He's done after this year. There's no way they're going to be like, you're done. Yeah. He's horrible. Yeah, that you cannot do that. I mean, I know that they're not always big, but yeah.
Yeah. Have you?
They're big,
but a few games have.
But she still had a lot of fun, which is what was most important.
Yeah,
even though, like
she was telling me,
and people had the Purdue people that were around us had good attitudes and stuff, because because you had some Notre Dame people can be assholes sometimes. I've been around them. It's like,
so I'm talking from experience.
Yeah, I'm talking from experience. But that was good. And then on...
that was Saturday?
That was Saturday. And I bet on some different football games, and it was good. I did okay this past weekend. I'm in the positive overall.
How'd you feel about the NFL?
Not enough time to really talk about it now, but I will say this. Just Pittsburgh fans still shitting on Fields.
Yeah. Why?
He could not have done better. He did. He was in pistol, and There was a fumble that Pittsburgh recovered, but the guy hiked the ball and he wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready, yeah.
All right, that's what it was. But his numbers weren't huge. But you can't go by the numbers. You had to see the game. If you watch the game,
that is a big thing.
You would see that, like on one drive, like one of the offensive tackles, I forget his name off the top of my head, but he had 2 penalties in the same drive. Pulling it back. And then there was a penalty called on Pickens where he basically touched the guy. He didn't push the guy. Like they called pass interference. Nobody would call pass interference on that. Nobody. And it was a good long, so he's completing 30, 40-yard passes that are getting negated that
because
aren't on the stat
players.
Sheet because of other bullshit that's happened. Okay. So how and then he tried to overcome it and did when he could. He's not getting any help from any of the other wide receivers besides Pickens and Freiermuth. Nobody else is doing anything. And his running has absolutely, so I would have had no problem with Russ starting. Russ is not started. He's not going to start.
No.
And he's not even off the injured. Like he's still the emergency quarterback. He's not the backup quarterback. Somebody else is. If Justin Fields gets hurt, the other dude, I think Allen, is due to come in
instead of
Russ. Russ only comes in as the emergency quarterback.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, he's dressed on the sidelines. He's not playing. Okay. And his next step is being the backup quarterback. You're just not good. Oh, who else did good? Beanie Bishop did good. Undrafted free agent. He wasn't drafted, made the team. Uh-huh. He's making some plays. So I've seen all of the great Steeler defenses.
Okay.
From the original Steel Curtain when I was a kid and became a Steeler fan until now.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I didn't see that team live, in person.
In person, yeah.
But every other great defense we've had, I have. Mm-hmm. Okay. I've seen them all. You'll see, people can't see it, but my picture there, that's one of my favorite pictures of Harrison.
That man is
totally,
folded.
That's a $75,000 fine he got hit on Massaquoi from the Browns. Totally demolished that dude. And that was a legit hit, too. I'm sorry. It just looked ugly. That was a legit hit, dude.
A little bit.
But right now, Pittsburgh has this defense can be as good as any defense Pittsburgh has ever had.
Really?
That's how good they are. I really believe that, dude, with the players that they have. And because even when we had some of our best defenses, we might have had a good safety or a good cornerback, but we didn't have a good group.
Gotcha.
Right now, you can't do shit on us very much, dude. We used to get beat on big plays. Even when we had good defenses, like we'd get beat like that. You ain't beating us now. You are not beating us now. And we got Herbig now, who's looking really good. New young guy. Hayward, Watt, and now with Patrick Queen that we got from the Ravens. He is all Steeler. That's Steeler football. They play Steeler football. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Their style of football.
Yeah, they destroy you. And who knows about the Ravens now? Like, I was totally wrong. I said on the last show, I gave you my top 3 teams.
Yes, you did.
2 of my top 3 teams lost.
Yeah, the Niners game was a little sad for me.
I don't know. I didn't get to really watch that good enough. And I need to do that again. But I did watch the Eagles game, and the Eagles game upset me because it cost me some money I could have won really easily in a parlay. And it makes me mad because the Steelers beat the Falcons.
Yeah.
I still don't think the Falcons are that. They're a middle of the road team.
Yeah.
They're not horrible. They're not good.
It comes
they're
to
not.
good day.
Yeah, they're not really super good. They're not super bad.
Yeah.
But it was the coach that cost the Eagles the game. The first drive of the game. Even Dawn called it. That's gonna come back. I'm like, you cannot say this shit. I have money on the game. Okay, this is good because I know it, but I don't put it out in the universe. Do not say it. Do not put it in the universe. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
When you're around me, you'll learn to not do that shit
Oh,
because
yeah.
I will catch you. Do not do that. So I'm like, I had to like fill her in on who I had bets on. So like
she
she would
wouldn't
know,
say anything
please,
about
like
this.
just don't say certain things, right? But yeah, it's just one of those things you just know, oh, this is going to hurt.
Yeah.
You know, this extra point that we just missed, that's going to come back. Because
yeah.
sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
But you just know. It's 4th and 4. You've had a couple opportunities. You haven't been able to convert. It's the first drive. You're running all over them. Why would you come away with 0 points? When you're giving the ball to Barkley, look, what were Barkley's numbers? That's it. Dude, he was running for 10 fucking yards a pop. You got Atlanta.
Oh, there he is.
He only had 95 yards. Dude, at that first drive, dude, he was getting 10 yards at a pop. He had some,
I mean, he had 22
you know what?
carries.
He either got 10 yards or he got 0 yards on the carries. Now thinking about like how that happened. And Hurts did really well too, running the ball. But that 3 points was the difference in the game, dude.
Yeah.
22-21.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know, the only drive that Kirk Cousins looked good on was the last one.
Yeah. You're not even
That's
wrong.
it, dude. I'm sorry. He
Yeah.
didn't look good. He did not play good. He's not worth the money he's getting, but whatever. Look at his numbers. I mean, you compare these quarterbacks' numbers to you know, like they're shitting on Justin for his 180, 120 yards. But we're winning. There's no interceptions.
That's a big one. A lot of interceptions.
Yeah, we've had a couple fumbles. We've recovered them. Like, chill the fuck out, man. Like, just take it. It's good. It's like y'all they don't think you can win with a great defense anymore like you used to years ago.
Yeah.
And you can. You can still win and play Trent Dilfer offense. Trent Dilfer, the year that the Ravens won the Super Bowl, when he was quarterback, didn't get enough credit because they didn't score much, you know, usually in the teens, not 20,
Gotcha.
you know,
Yeah.
plus points, usually in the teens. And they had an amazing defense that year, just totally incredible defense. He didn't make mistakes. He didn't fumble. He didn't get sacked a bunch, and he didn't throw interceptions. And because they had a great defense,
There was no
they
need
won.
to overscore.
You know, scoring is great.
But that's not the entire
that's,
game.
dude, it's just take the fucking win and shut the fuck up. These fans are idiots.
People just want to see those big numbers on the screen.
They're looking at numbers and not looking at the game and how the game played out.
That is one of
and
the
stuff.
biggest things I've learned about sports over the years as I get older is the numbers. Yeah, I mean, they always tell you, like, no matter what the outcome is, like, the numbers is what people are going to see. Like, it does. Like, that was like one of the biggest things my coaches would say is, right? It's like, it doesn't matter if it's 2-1, 1-1, 0-1. Like, all they see is that W, the L, or the draw. And that's so crazy because when you actually watch a game, things that aren't statistics are such a big thing in a game. But because they're not a number on the screen.
It can be momentum.
Oh, yeah.
It can mean a whole bunch of stuff.
A lot of different things, yeah. So I agree with you with that. Watching the game itself has a completely different picture than actually just looking at the stats. I agree with that.
Yeah. So, some surprises, Dallas. Dallas fucked me in some parlays. I didn't expect that at all.
What was his name? The New Orleans running back. Like scored like 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, Kamara.
Jesus Christ, that guy had a great game.
Yeah, dude was a beast.
Jesus Christ.
And you know that's one of Derek Carr's best games in forever. Let's see, but yeah, I was surprised, you know, that the Eagles lost. I'm surprised that the 49ers lost.
That was a big one for me.
I had bet on the Packers. The Packers helped me out. Like, how about this? This is funny, right?
Okay.
Because Mason Rudolph went to Pittsburgh, right? He's a backup quarterback. And the third string quarterback Green Bay got because Jordan Love got hurt.
Yeah.
So they got Malik Willis from the Titans.
Okay.
And he balled out, dude. He played great.
I feel like
That's
all
so
these like
funny.
all these like second string players, like again, like when McCaffrey went out, like all these second string players are coming in and like making a big impact. Is the one thing
He was huge.
Yeah.
Well, that game, Josh Jacobs controlled the game for them.
Yeah. 151.
Yeah. But 32 carries. That's just 4.7 yards. You're just eating up clock. You're just keeping it right easy. You're just eating up clock. That's really good.
The receptions, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 32 carries.
It's all good. So that's all we got. We're gonna get to the next show. Stuff we haven't gotten to that I keep saying we're gonna get to because I just saw an article come up that I saved that we're gonna talk about. That's interesting. That starting to see some things like this pop up, and at least it enables us to talk about it then. And it was an actress that happened to mention how much getting her hormones in check has mattered to her health, including testosterone.
Okay.
Women need testosterone too. So we're going to talk about that, not just men with low T, but women with low T and how much that matters. And also a quick thanks, as you noticed, my employees bought me this hat.
Oh, I kid you not. I was going to ask you because I don't think I've never seen that hat before.
They just bought it for me because
what's on
take
the
care
wrist
of
right
them. This is my Sea Dweller Rolex.
Oh, is that the Sea Dweller? That's your
This
number one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's basically my favorite. Or no, I think I said the Hulk is my favorite. It's in my top three.
Top three.
It's in my top three. I definitely like that. And then, of course, I wore the fight shirt again, even though I recently wore this, and this is for sale, $30. Message us. He'll put it in an ad for us, and you guys can contact us. But I wore this just because of the Trump assassination attempt today. So that's why I thought I would wear it for this podcast.
Sorry. Apparent
assassination.
Gotta get it right.
An apparent assassination attempt. We're not sure if it's a real one, but it's an apparent one. What a way to describe it. Such bullshit. All right, I hope you enjoyed the show. God bless you for tuning in. And if anybody listened to this whole thing, really, what the fuck are you doing? No, I'm sorry. No, I love you. I really do. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm Troy Neff, your host. I'm the fucking guy.
Whoa! Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life.